right. All right. Time is it? 3 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon stream? What? Alrighty, let's go ahead and send a tweet out here, and then I'll hop on a call with the boys. Alright. And giving Yins a first look, a live first look. I already said live. Live and giving Yins a first look. Oh, I can't say. At the brand new Alliance Raids mode with my buds. BitterSteel and MSD. Nope, not Metallica. There we go. Marvel Champions, and let's do the link here. Hopefully they work. People have been playing them the last couple days on the beta server, so I expect that they'll be fine. Where the heck is my thumbnail? There it is. All right, there we go. All right, do that, and then let's pop the link in the Discord. Maybe if we're lucky, the official account will retweet it. Okay. Everybody's off for the weekend though, so it's fine. Okay. Doing that. It would be fun while we are live. Okay. All right. What's up, what's up, Taz? Are they out? Yeah, they will be starting later this month, I believe. So remember, they are. It's 1 week a month that you do raids. So you do three in a normal month. You do 3 weeks of normal AQ for free, and then you are earning tickets during your AQ weeks. So it kind of offsets the cost of the raid week a bit. And the raids are optional. You don't have your alliance does not have to do them. You can do like even one battle group doing raids and two others doing like a regular AQ map if you want to do it that way. So not required. The points have been adjusted. You may have noticed in AQ your points have been lowered. And they did that to just account for how many points the raids are going to be adding so that they don't just keep inflating the point numbers, you know. So, all right, let me hop on a call. I think MSD is already in there.
Live.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Hello.
Hey, Sim.
Hello. I'm already live on the YouTube, so.
No worries. I'm just about to set mine up. It might go live automatically without me telling it to. So
Nice.
Yep, I'm gonna set mine up right now as well.
All right, cool.
I was doing an unlisted one just to test the volume, and it sounds a little low on my playback. I don't know if that's. I have them at the max volume on my end, so I'm not sure if it's just the mic or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But you can still hear. It's just it's very low.
Okay. What's up, Joey? What's up,
Also,
Chris? Go
I
on.
figured out how to do. I figured I can put Twitter on the screen now. I feel like I've accomplished something.
Professional.
my
streamer.
setup is so much less than yours.
Dude, less than mine. What are we talking about here?
An app that can't pick up my game volume without dying.
Is it like your machine
Okay.
is not powerful enough, or what's going on with that?
Oh, I don't use my computer to stream Sim. That's how low we're talking.
Oh, okay, that makes some sense. Yeah.
I'm slowly getting all the pieces like Voltron and assembling them together. We're not quite there yet. I need a capture card on that, and then we should be able to.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm still
right.
rocking with my capture card.
I want to get a new capture card. I don't like the one the external one. It's too finicky. I really want one that goes inside the machine, inside my desktop.
Sim, I'm about to test my audio, but it might get a bit of a feedback loop going on your stream. So if you want to mute me, or if you want to just deal with it for a little bit, that's fine.
All right, unless there's like some sort of weird siren.
Okay, no worries. True. So if you want to mute me, or if you want to. Yep, cool.
Oh,
My audio's working.
Okay.
Right, cool.
All right.
Right, I'm gonna go live on mine now.
All right, cool.
It's gonna be so weird greeting people all at once on different live streams.
Right. Chat will be difficult to manage today.
Chat's gonna be a rough one. I think we just kind of maybe don't devote as much attention to it.
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah.
check in
Focus
every once in a while,
on
you know?
explaining what we're doing, I think.
Right.
I don't even know
People
what we're
on
doing, to be honest.
people on my channel. I just want to say hello to everyone who's coming to watch on Bitter's channel. There's Sim and MSD with myself. We're going to be streaming some raids today. This is going to be odd. We were just talking about in chat. We're going to try and deal with it. And Sim's in my chat, so that's nice. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll put your guys' fights up on my stream when, because we have to like rotate.
Okay, I
Actually,
won't be able to do
I can
that.
do that too. Hold on, wait. I've learned
Great.
how to screen share.
I'm the odd one out here. I'll probably pin. I don't know if I can pin both of your streams, but I'll pin someone's stream so you can have them all up at the same time. I'm just gonna throw the link into a few chats.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions about how this works, and it's one of those things where once you actually do it, it's going to make a lot more sense than reading like a really long forum post about it. So hopefully this demo gives you guys a good idea of how it's going to work.
When someone explains it to you, or when you read it, or when you hear about it, it feels like it's unnecessarily complicated.
Mhm.
But like Sim's saying, when you jump in and do it, it's quite natural, quite easy to follow.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of rotating and waiting for people, and this is going to be a much different experience from how it's typically going to look, because we're going to try to do it, at least from my understanding, we're going to try to do like our whole lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So we're condensing a week long into one session.
That's important to note.
The whole duration of a raid is supposed to be over the course of an entire week.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
And the revives that we're going to be buying today don't
yeah.
necessarily need to be bought. They will be free. You have a certain amount free that you can use to get through, so that it's not like it's a money grab or anything. But if you die too much, you will maybe need to buy revives.
How many tickets do we need? I have 400, but
I think you can buy them in the store if you don't have enough. I don't actually know how many it is.
I don't know how much it costs. Where are the raid revives then? Potions.
They were sent in a mail. I've got about 40, I think.
Oh, here we go. Raid revive top up. Oh, nice. You've got like this little red belt on them. That's funny.
I'm trying to. People are saying you guys are low on my end. I'm trying to figure out. You should be coming from Discord, but that's like turned all the way up.
You can adjust each individual person's volume in Discord too. If you right click on their name, there's a user volume.
Right click on their name. Oh yeah, you guys are all at the max though.
Nice. Well, then you'd have to turn us up in OBS.
In OBS.
Yeah,
Sure,
whatever audio mixer is playing our audio, you'll have to turn it up.
Weird.
It should be Discord. Oh, maybe it's not because. Yeah, so where are you guys even coming from? Because the Discord's not even on.
How are people hearing?
Professional streamer here, guys. Yeah, I do this every day.
Where are you guys coming from? He asks.
Where?
In
How can
OBS,
I
there should be like a little green line that's moving when we talk.
I know, and I'm trying to find. I think I found it, but it shouldn't be coming from my mic, but it seems like it is.
Awesome.
Hold on, wait. I think I know what the problem might be. Hold on.
Okay,
Definitely can't
I'm
hear anyone
trying
but
to.
you.
It's a pebcac error.
Okay, let's try and pin both of these then.
Is raids already bugged? There's a little hitches here and there getting them up on the beta server, but and people were doing them the last couple days without issue, as far as I know.
Hi everyone in chat, by the way. This is going to be a tough one to keep up on chat with, just so everyone's aware. We'll try our best, but there's three of us, so
yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Okay, wait. Can you guys hear me still?
Yep.
Okay, I think I fixed it, guys. We should be good now.
That's always nice.
All right. Are we good? Okay, everyone's saying we're good. Okay, all right,
All right,
guys.
we're good.
No,
I think
I
people
don't
in
wanna
my
call
chat
myself a
are good.
genius, but
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and join then. I think we're all in BG1
Yeah.
because the alliance only has
We're
10 people.
yeah,
yeah, I think
and
we're all
we're
BG.
going right. Oh, so we have the
We're
maestro
going
first.
Nice.
We're going to the right, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
All
are.
right, I'm gonna be assault, right?
Both of you guys make sure you've got
have-
relics on.
Good
I have a
call.
relic. My Titania has her. So I'm Vanguard, right? We're good on rolls, correct?
Yes, I am tactician.
Okay.
Good call on the relic. I definitely would have forgot.
Yep. I
Just
did
gonna
put it in our chat.
confirm.
I figured it was worth repeating.
Okay, yeah. Titania is Vanguard. Okay.
Charlotte
So
is tactician.
EG1. All right, I'm joining. I'm in.
I've joined.
All right.
And like I said before with my stream setup, it doesn't do volume, so I wish you guys could hear the music in this mode.
it is so
wild.
good.
I could turn on the music for my viewers.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that. The music is like the best sound design the game has almost ever seen. It's unbelievable.
Agreed.
It's really good. Yeah.
Okay. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this. I feel like I'm gonna fight like an army by myself, you know? Yuna in the left hand, a sword in the right. I'm left-handed, so like I need the sword in the other one, but it doesn't matter. That's how motivated I am.
It is very good music. You guys are gonna really love it. Yeah, so we need to go to our icon, don't we?
Yeah, so the assault is far right. So pick up an assault
Mhm.
boost. I don't know which
Tactician's
one is
this
going to
one.
work with Hulkbuster here.
Yeah, so basically each tactician or whatever role has some different boosts to choose from. Different ones work better with different champs. So for example, I'm going to go for this nullify one because I can then place buffs on the opponent, nullify, and get some armor breaks. I'll leave it on screen just so people can read through it a little bit, but that works really well with Kushala.
None of these work particularly well with Hulkbuster, it looks like, but they have opportunities to give you what you need, at least. No one prowess. Intercept to get the debilitate, or punishing, special or heavy. Let's do that one.
Yeah,
All of the graphics are so clean as well.
I think I'm gonna go for the punish special one that gives the weakness debuff because that's just gonna fuel Titania's burst damage and Furies as well. So yeah, we'll go for that one.
Yeah, and if you go to the wrong lane, you notice the previous node is yellow, so it works just like an AQ. You can back up if you accidentally go to the wrong path.
Yep.
All right. Who goes in first?
So it doesn't matter who goes in first, I don't think, but you do have to go in a specific order after that. So Assault grants charges to Vanguard, Vanguard to Tactician, Tactician to Assault.
Okay.
You want to just start in that order? Just start from Assault and then Assault,
right.
Vanguard.
I'll head
Sounds good.
All right, cool.
So the whole idea is Sim needs to now get charges in his fight by completing the tasks, and that will give him different effects, different icons, which then grant the next person who goes in more damage, and then it's kind of just a pass on the damage boost.
Right. So my mission here is to punish the defender's heavy or special attack, and each time you do so, you'll gain raid fervor, and then at 50 fervor, you'll complete the mission. So
And those missions that Sim has to do, they're specific to each defender. So Maestro's is punishing heavies and specials. I think Thanos's is doing particular like intercept, block a hit, dodge a hit. What's Kang's?
Nice. Full combo.
Alternating combos. So yeah, those are specific to each defender.
Cool.
There might be a second of audio feedback. I'm just going to open both of your streams so I can look and see what's going on.
Yeah, I should probably do the same. I should probably pull up Sim's stream and yours so I can show the people.
And everyone in whichever chat, I'd advise you to have all three of them open so you can jump between whoever's fighting. Otherwise, there's going to be a few minutes of watching a timer tick down.
Let's grab Sim's stream, and then I want to make sure the thing that I set up is working properly. Just hide the chats so I don't have to worry about seeing those in the playback. Okay. Hey, Benji Wenji, thank you so much for the membership, dude. What's up, MSD, BitterSteel, and Simia? What's up, Benji Wenji? How you doing, bud? Thank you for the membership. Let me see if this works. So Sim is fighting right now. I go to this screen. Oh, nice. Okay, it does work. So, you guys are watching Simula right now in there with Hulkbuster. He's starting us off.
So as for what each of the icons are, so from left to right, I believe the left one is the one that you're giving to the next person.
Yeah, that's the Vanguard charge that he's building up.
Which one is the Vanguard? Yeah, so the hammer. Sorry, from right to left then. The hammer is the one that you're giving to the next person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Vanguard symbol is the hammer.
Mm-hmm. The one that's in the middle there, that's you build that up by completing the mission. And whenever you build that up to 50, I think it resets and adds to the other icons. So that's kind of your aim. You're trying to build that up to 50 as many times as possible during the fight.
Some rooted special dexes, very nice, very nice.
Thank you. I'm not going to hit the damage cap before I time out.
Okay, so I'll have to just go
I think
back in.
that's
Unless, wait.
I think that's pretty common for the first person in because they don't have any bonus charges available to them.
Yeah,
Right.
The ramp is just building up and making sure that
all right.
you're passing the damage.
Next up.
I believe that's me. Next up.
Yep, that is you, MSD.
Oh, the revives
Okay,
take you
so
back to 100. That's nice.
It's punishing special attacks, right? That's the.
It might be different for you. I would
Punishing
suggest looking at it just to be sure.
Yeah, I will. I just have to. Let me go turn down my game volume, because I can hear that now. So I'm gonna just turn it down, so it doesn't. It's not too loud.
Yeah. All right. I'll put the.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it for me. Let's see here. Must punish the defender's heavier special attacks. They gain raid fervor. Right. Okay. And then completing in-fight missions to gain roll charges, max 7. When a mission is complete, can I roll force charge, roll force passives. Okay, so yeah, it is the same thing.
I'm reading John's description of what each one left to right is. So the middle one is the 50, and then it increases either the left and the right. On the left, it's roll force. That's your increase in damage. The roll charge is the charge for your homies that you build, as well as damage increase for yourself. That is Kabam John, everyone.
My homies.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. Here we go. This should be fun. I haven't played raids since
October.
Vancouver.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Why is Maestro so much bigger, dude?
Dude, they like grow during the fight, which is really cool. A subtle change. Or maybe you just get smaller. Either way.
That's not good.
So we were all given the chance to go in raids for like the last couple of days, and we all decided to go in blind here. So this is authentic for you guys.
It's really not that complicated, Jermaine. Like once you get in and do it once, it's gonna make complete sense to you. There's a lot more cooperation involved because that's like the raid identity in like RPG games too. I don't really think it's too complicated as long as you remember what order you have to go in. And you get that
very
nice...
very simply. It's just keep in the order and get your charge to 50 by completing the missions for that specific fight. That's about it.
Yeah, and there's a nice little dopamine hit when you start seeing like 6-digit damage numbers on your basic attack. So
these numbers get very very nice.
Health bar isn't moving. Yeah, the amount of health that these bosses have is more than anything else you've seen in the game. So you're only allowed to do 10% at a time. So it's designed to have you do multiple attempts at the boss, multiple people doing multiple attempts. So minimum 10 attempts to get a boss down. But it's over the course of a week too, so it's not like you have to do it all at once like we're doing here. Looks like my punish window is really tight. For the heavies or for the specials, Joey? I wasn't really watching.
I think I hit the damage cap.
Yeah, 84.
Yeah. He just immediately went untouchable and killed me.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of an insta-kill if you hit the damage cap.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. There was a good solid 10% there. And now it is my good friend BitterSteel's turn to go in there with Kushala. We'll pull the stream up right now so you guys can see.
Are there
now Bitter's going to go in there.
Is there one boss? So there are 3 lanes, and there are like 3 squads of 3 people. So you have 9 players, and then there's one as like a backup. And each squad of 3 has their own individual lane, and there are 3 bosses per lane. And then there's like a final boss where all 9 players can go in. The final boss is Ultron. So you'll be fighting Maestro and Thanos and Kang in different order depending on which lane you're going in. And then everybody will go in on Ultron.
Yep.
You opted for the 6-star Kushala, Bitter?
I wanted to make it a little bit more realistic for what I will be doing next week.
Fair.
Is Ascended. I did have the option to like get a 7-star rank 3.
Yeah, this is my Titania from the main Sig 20, the same relic. I wanted to make it as realistic as possible. You know, I wasn't going to bring her to Sig 200, give her the 6-star Hulk relic and stuff like that.
Yeah, I too am doing as realistic as possible using a champion that I do not own. Bitter should have brought Venom the Duck. Oof. I don't know that he's in any of the roles.
Oops, that was not good.
And like one of the good things about the roles is the boosts are generic enough where you can pretty much pick almost anybody that fits that role, and you're going to have a very good time with them.
Yeah.
So not, there are some characters that are going to be better, but like there's no bad characters to use.
Tell you what, this really tests your Kushala gameplay. It's really difficult to focus on everything.
So the blue charges there are ones that he's going to be then passing on to me for my next fight. Worried about the ones that encourage block in their play styles, namely Colossus. Yeah, I mean there's something. I mean the chip damage here is not insignificant, so that is a concern for sure.
Yeah, it's very high. I just hope that the revives, like once the content is live, the revives justify the chip damage, and they're as potent, or not, maybe not as potent, but close to the potency that we have them right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all three teams fight Ultron together. I mean, you'll have a disadvantage, but remember, like your basic attacks are going to be so overpowered at that point that you won't be missing the bleed too much, I suspect.
Okay, I timed out. I'm not sure where I started.
I think 84 was where.
84 was, yeah.
So that was interesting because I didn't feel like my DOT was going up very much. I could definitely feel the basic attacks.
Was the node supposed to increase damage over time?
So my boost was armor break, but I did think that the fervor from you guys should give me a bit more attack. We'll see. Maybe that just ramps up a little bit more later.
Alright, so the max is 7 per fight for the roll charges.
Hey, Junebug, thank you so much for the 20, man. Thanks for convincing someone to do a Venom the Duck challenge for Necropolis. Hey, no problem, buddy. No problem.
So if you just see on my screen, I'm just showing all of the cross fights. So these are all of the ones that we add on while we complete the mission. So every time you punish or you get to 50, you add one of the charges on. Those then become a cross fight that add damage to the next person. So you see there's 7 Vanguard, 7 Tactician, only 6 Assault. So one of us missed it somewhere. But that's kind of the idea. We just add it on to the next person. Manuel's asking, so for one complete cycle, meaning all 3 team members attack, it will take about 10 minutes and you only do a max of 30% combined damage. Yeah, so max is 30%, yep, 1 each. The 10 minutes of fight time, yeah, but what's likely going to happen, because you're unlikely to be sat on Discord streaming it together. I mean, you can, it's fun. But, like, I'll do it, and then I'll tag Sim to go in, and he'll do it an hour later or whatever, and then he'll tag MSD, and then MSD would tag me, and we carry on over the week. Hey, Slay and Gara. Nice to see you both here. Pickaloo's saying DOT doesn't get boosted by Raid Force unless you hit them in the frame it ticks. Okay, so maybe DOT champs aren't the way to go. Kushal doesn't have super good base damage.
Yeah, so
that is just the first.
So you notice that time I hit the damage cap pretty quickly with all the extra charges that I got from Bitter, so that was much faster.
Okay, so I'm up?
Yep.
Alright. Sim, you went so fast I couldn't even put your fight on the screen.
Sorry. I'll try and slow it down next time.
Yeah, please, come on. What are we? We're not speed demons here. Come on. Slow and steady wins the raid.
How's Maestro gaining Furies? I think it's in the node. He gains a Fury every like 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, every 20 seconds they get in a Fury passive. You can pause it though. So when they get 5 Furies, that's when they start rooting you.
Mm-hmm. What do the rewards look like? The rewards are very good. We are not
Yes.
allowed to share, so we can show it maybe when Bitter's up next. But there's like a raid chest at the end of each path, and every person who participates gets one. And it's like a loot drop, so you get a random reward from the chest, and they are quite good.
They are very good.
So
I don't know if it's going to be possible for us to avoid showing it.
I mean, we were told we were allowed to stream stuff, so I mean, I assume like I don't know, somebody will data mine it, I'm sure, but yeah, whatever we get is what we get. The only reward I think that is out there is there's a rare chance at a 7-star Ultron. I think that was known.
Yeah, I think it pops up when you go over it, so I don't think there's a way for it.
Well,
but we'll see. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're really
There's
good,
there's my damage cap. That was really fast. That was like less than 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. Piccolo, I don't want to jump to saying Kushala won't be good because she might just end up hitting so hard with all this fervor that she's fine for it. But I am thinking it might be better to rely on champs who have just base hit or special hits rather than DOT. I want to see what it actually says.
MCU Ultron Cyber. Yeah, there's actually a chest after each boss, so you'll get a total of 3 per raid per week.
Yeah, I don't think we can really avoid showing that. I mean,
yeah, it is what it is. So
yeah, I mean, we were told we could stream this content.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like, what are you gonna do?
What do you do with your 10th member? They can not participate, or they can just pick up a random role and help out. If somebody's like low on revives, you do get enough free revives during the week to support the entire run. So if you don't make your damage cap when you are supposed to be able to, then you'll have to probably end up purchasing a revive. But if you're hitting your damage cap when you're supposed to, you should be fine. Yeah, final Maestro is pretty rough. On our lane he's first, but when you have Maestro as the third boss, he's pretty tough.
We have Kang last, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, your dot seems to be going up. I mean, you're getting like...
That might just be Kushala, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, I just got stuck into a block animation. This might kill me, or close to it.
Yeah, and this is the original Maestro, so he doesn't have all the crazy glancing and radiation stuff, and the root is coming from the node, not from him.
Yeah, although it looks like the other Maestro because of the root,
Mm-hmm.
it is just the base one from Act 4.
Mm-hmm.
Your base damage is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is good. I just think it's just like, why use Kushala when you could use like Hulkling or something, who's also in the tactic.
Yeah, I mean it's not like she's unusable.
No,
sure,
exactly.
So, like, if you don't have some of these champs, you can certainly make do with what you have. Nice.
The other thing is, because there's quite a lot going on in these fights, I'm kind of focusing a lot on Kushala upkeep as well as trying to do the mode.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're punishing heavies and specials anyways, so in this fight at least, it doesn't seem too bad to do like a optimized rotation for anybody.
But yeah, I'm not hitting the cap like you guys are.
This is the
I'm timing
Maestro
out
we should
on all
have gotten. I don't think so. Look how big he is. Oh my god.
He's ginormous.
He is. All right. Can you get all the revives up front? I don't know the answer to that, actually. You guys?
As in throughout the week. I think you get like a certain amount free. So like per day. So it is meant that if you're going to be doing it for free, you're staggered throughout the week. So I think there's a store where it resets daily or something like that. Manuel's saying that this seems like it's going to require a lot more communication.
Definitely.
I think it will,
Yeah.
and I'm interested to see how it ends up. Whether it feels like you're constantly tagging and being tagged, because if it is, then it might need tweaking. But I feel like because it's a week long and it's only these 3 fights, I think you'll be able to have enough time to do it pretty reasonably. But we'll see. And Cap's asking whether backup has a chance at loot drops. Absolutely.
Yep.
Backup can just go over those paths as well.
Yep.
You can send backup on one of the harder fights, or so maybe someone's a little bit inactive or whatever. But they can get all the rewards as well.
Yeah, backup will just be on cleanup duty or just be part of the team.
Akbar's saying, I think it'd be less constant pinging than the old Alliance War setups. I hope so. But also, it'll be definitely something that they are really keeping an eye on, making sure that it's not too much investment.
Right.
Because there does need to be some, because this is by definition, a team setup more than AQ is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. All right,
I'm gonna throw a boost on just because it's the CCP and we can do
and
that.
they're free.
So it's free.
Yeah, the crit.
Yeah,
the crit boost for assault is like, it's not guaranteed crits, but it feels pretty close.
I'm gonna boost up so I might try and hit the cap.
I'm trying to bait heavies. He just keeps throwing full combos into my block.
Yeah, he was doing that for me too. Yeah, 3 reward chests per player, but that's over the course of the week. We're condensing an entire week's worth of raid into like an hour here, so.
Yeah, so we've already done like a few days, maybe a day.
Yeah, you're limited
Yeah,
by the energy that you get. So. Yeah, 2 per day. What Misty's saying. Yeah, exactly, Aiden. Like, there's clear winners for sure, but no one feels bad in the mode. So, if you're missing some of the good champs, you can definitely have success with the other ones.
I think what will be interesting at the end is counting up how many revives we did all use and making sure that we could have done it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a showcase here and we're doing it all in one go, we can just spam the revives.
Did you hit the cap there, or did he just get the power? Where's the
Yeah,
power
no, I
game?
hit the cap in like 50 seconds.
Okay.
I went to Special 3, and I did my second heavy, and then he got the power gain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm making a good case for Titania right now as being the best Vanguard champ.
Mm-hmm.
Titania was very good for it. I was Vanguard in our testing in Vancouver. I used Titania, Spidey OG, and Absman, and they all crushed it.
I forget which one whatever one Hit Monkey then is the one that I did.
Oh yeah. No, Herc is not an option. He's not tagged in this first edition, so you will be doing. If you go in with Herc, you're doing 0 damage.
Right, 33%. Let's see how much we can do.
10% is how much you can do.
Well, I mean, like how much I can actually do. 10% is a dream right now.
Yeah, Nick is really good too, even without like the increased dot potency. I feel like the dot potency was a thing when we were testing it in Vancouver.
It
and they must have
definitely
changed
was. I remember Hitmonkey was dealing a lot of crit bleed damage.
We also had 3 people on the team instead of 1, so you could bring synergy champs too.
That's true. The rest, run of the rest, and really quick, fellas. Be right back.
Dookie. He's so tall he barely fits on the screen now. You just keep like punching him in the crotch.
Damn, now I feel bad.
I mean, he's armored, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, I feel less bad then.
That's less bad. He eats his vegetables. I don't know the list of each role champs. I don't know all of them. I think Kat put out a infographic on that, probably.
If you want to check them quickly, I did put it in our line chat.
So you did. Okay.
Yeah, she's just not really doing that much damage.
Kat, if you have a link to your infographic, you can pop it in the chat. I can't get the one from Line into my browser.
Yeah, so much of Kuchala's damage comes from that DOT. If that was getting boosted, she'd be absolutely wrecking. But
you think she would feel... I mean, this is an ascended one, so probably not too much better at like a rank 3 or rank 2 7-star, you think?
no, I don't think she would be worth bringing, if I'm honest. Oops.
That's fair. That's fair. Do the charges carry over? Do the charges carry over from boss to boss? No, they don't carry over. You have to start over on the next boss.
Yeah, it's every single fight. You go in, you have to build up the charges.
So I think it would make sense
so you
to... I mean, you hit the cap that time, Bitter.
I did, just. Literally just. To the point where he didn't have time to kill me because I timed out.
Yeah, so I think it makes sense to have like a different person start on each boss, because like the first ramp is never gonna hit the cap, I don't think.
No, unlikely.
Yeah, very unlikely.
Cap saying, I love that 60k mediums is not that much damage. Yeah, that puts into perspective how hard you end up hitting here.
Yep.
Damn.
1 second, guys. I'll bring Sim Stream back. Trying to pin this message, and okay, finally, something moved. Why can't I pin my own message? What is this? This feels wrong. Okay, whatever. We're not gonna worry about it. Oops, wrong page. There we go. Back to Sim Stream.
So Nick's asking, now that we're all fully ramped, you don't have to go in order anymore. I think so, but I think that now that we're there, it's pretty much like the boss is probably nearly dead.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're right. And yeah, Fuzz. So MSD is using Titania, and Sim is using Hulkbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, going in here. Should be the second to last fight.
So when you look at the way that the crossfight charges work, you only use them for one fight. So I feel like you still have to go in order. Otherwise, you're going to go back in. If you go like twice in a row, for example, your roll charges are going to be gone. You're going to be again. It'll be like doing like your first ramp initially. I think.
I mean, we can just keep the order. We don't have to. We don't have to break the order just because.
Right, but I think the intent there is to prevent somebody from just revive spamming through the entire boss themselves.
What you're saying sounds
Alright.
right. I thought I read somewhere that you could, after having ramped, you could go in any order, but I might be wrong there.
That was a 1 million heavy, dude. With the
1
red,
million heavy.
with the red numbers. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I was hesitant on going for the special 3 with Titania, but I know now that it is the way to go. For speed, yeah.
You only lose 1 roll charge per attempt.
Oh, that's a nice little step into that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Misty. If you go out of order, then you're going to be buying revives, so...
Yeah, I think staying within the confines of the order is the way to go. I don't think losing the order is the smartest thing to do.
I think we've each used 3 so far, which tracks, I think, with what we're supposed to be using.
I believe that's true. Should be around 3 per person. Somewhere around that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to see the loot drop.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yep.
Right. Here we go.
Alright.
Alright, are we good?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what pops up.
Yep,
So
here we go.
Paragon, Alliance Quest, Raid Crystal. Yeah.
1,500 7-star shards for me.
I got 125% of a skill T6CC.
Wow.
I got another
bonkers.
1,500
crazy.
7-star. Wait, hold on. What did you get, Bitter?
A full T6CC and an extra quarter, I think.
That's crazy.
Wait.
What
Hold
is this reward here? 125%.
This is crazy, man. I like the extra 25%. That's nice.
Wow.
It's less exciting because this is the beta, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this on the main. Like, this
That's
sorts
crazy.
of rewards.
That is pretty crazy.
So
What
Sim,
did
I
you
think
get,
we both
MSD?
I got the 1,500 7-star shards as well.
Damn.
What's up, Cam? It's
I mean,
just a
still,
quarter.
that's like, you get 3. Was it just a quarter?
Visual
or did mine...
bug. Yeah, Cam says it's a visual bug. 25% is pretty good, though. Not as good as 125%. All right. Do we want to switch up the starting order here?
Yeah.
I can go first here if you'd like.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, just
Have
one
at it.
second. Torrance, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it, man. Get you up there in just a second.
So, guys in my chat, apparently this is a visual bug, unfortunately.
Super.
Maybe it was just the
unfortunate.
25%.
Very, very unfortunate. Okay, so I'll be going first here against Thanos, which means then it would be Bitter then Sim. So Sim, you're last this time
Okay.
in terms of like the initial order.
Yep.
So for Thanos, Thanos will call out a random game action of intercept the opponent, block a hit, or dodge a hit. After the call out is completed, gain Raid Fervor. Okay, so Thanos's missions are Thanos saith, so kind of like So Saith Doom in AQ way back when. Very similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, I couldn't drive when So Saith Doom was a thing.
Dude, bro, come on. I was in my recliner drinking a Diet Coke from a straw, probably. Is this a continuation next room, or are they restarting another raid? So there are, each squad of 3 people has 3 bosses to fight, and then all 9 people in a battle group have a final boss that they fight together. So it's all one raid. It's all over the course of a week. Yeah, exactly, Joey.
Nice.
Oh, dude, those Pierce buff or the Pierce passives that he's getting, those are gonna hurt after a while.
So I've just seen confirmation that DOTs aren't supposed to be boosted by them. So that is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think it's worth bringing those champs. You want to get people that is going to boost the actual special or hit damage of.
What does the when you do challenges, what do they max out at? Is it 10? 8, 10?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I think I'm dead. We'll see. I'm probably not. No, I'm dead. Am I? Am I?
Am.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I wasn't going to be able to do much there. But yeah, there's your first fight.
So I think 15 is the cap for the roll
Okay.
charges.
Probably could have played that a little better, but
Am I in now? Am I after you?
Yeah,
MSD?
you're up. You're up.
yeah, you're after me, and then
Yeah.
it's Sim.
Yeah, first one in kind of feels bad, but as you guys saw on the previous boss, it ramps up pretty quickly.
Yeah, once everyone's gone through at least once, the fights start to feel a lot better. So I did 4% there. I probably could have done a little bit more if I didn't push him to special 3, but it wasn't going to be much more than 4 or 5% in that first run.
So I'll be interested to see how you guys feel about re-ramping straight after another boss. Because I don't think it'll be that bad, but
I get
I
it,
don't think
but yeah.
I think having the missions be different really helps make it feel like it's something else, like you're not just doing the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But re-ramping every single time, like on the same fight, it doesn't feel that great. But I think the missions being different per fight makes it feel unique. But having to re-ramp on the same, fight once you're there 3 or 4 times, not exactly the greatest feeling, but I think this mode could use with some tweaks, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe that could be one of them. The re-ramping process could be changed in some
Like,
way.
do you need to repeatedly re-ramp once you're getting the charges, the roll charges? Like that's where your damage is coming from. But I guess if you
Yeah,
don't
but
do
you need to
you need to give the
complete the
next
chart
person.
the
Yeah.
the missions,
Yeah.
yeah, to then re-ramp.
Yeah.
I think also it'll feel different when, and it might be better or worse, but it'll feel different when you're doing this every day or twice a day or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It won't
not
be like,
quite
well, I'm
like what
doing
we're
loads of
doing.
damage and now I'm doing none. I think it'll feel a bit more natural when it's spread out, but some people have disagreed with that and feel like it's even worse when it's spread out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested to see how it is.
Yeah, we need an official launch to really test the waters, see how everyone feels about it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting, especially once we know like full rewards from the chests and the completion and exploration rewards. Um, if people deem those worthy enough of a little repetitiveness, then might not be too much uprising. But
Yeah.
if it is just like a massive pain to commit this time, even though it's not in totality a lot of time, just over the course of a week, doing like, oh, time to go fight Thanos, 2 times in the exact same way.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if people are going to be super on board with that, but
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, I think people will go as fast as the free revives allow. So you'll be doing fewer fights
Yeah.
per day than you're doing with AQ for sure.
Yeah, I'm dead. I thought he was going to go for an intercept. Oh, sorry, I thought I parried. That was me, but me just being bad.
How
Ugh,
kind of
I'm
them.
annoyed that Kuchala isn't good at this.
How kind of them to make
Yeah.
Thanos unduped for us too. Could you imagine?
Hey,
Yeah,
Sammy,
once
nice to see
again,
you.
I was just gonna say, for the
Sorry.
everyone watching, not just my chat, um, chat's gonna be hard to read for all of us. So if you have any important messages, maybe send a tweet after or contact us some other way, because unlikely we're gonna be able to get to a lot of those messages within the stream today.
Yeah, agreed. Aiden's saying it might be worth me throwing special 3 with Kushala. Indefinite judgment, increasing the duration of the blessings. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe one special 3 per match.
Yeah.
You just keep getting the dodge one. Sim, you got the dodge one like 7 times
I
in a row.
know. It's very irritating. This one's
Ooh,
tough to
nice little
balance
heavy.
because you have to make sure that you're doing like the stuff for your roll boost too. So like I can't just sit there and punish heavies and specials. I have to also dodge and intercept and whatnot.
Right.
Oh, he tagged me and trying to go for an intercept. All right,
Doke.
you're up.
Here we go.
Oh, Insidious, keep in mind that only works if the entire battle group is on board with that, because the last boss is gonna, like, all 9 people have to go in on. I think you do ramp against Ultron as well. Yeah, because like the crossfight charges are on the fight itself. So once the fight is over, those charges are gone.
I'm trying to go for the indestructible intercept. He just doesn't want to give it to me.
Yeah, he's being a huge butthole. I just caught it. I don't think any of us have hit the cap so far. on this fight.
I was trying to get him to run into a heavy. Reagan, dude, 25. Like the video. Thank you so much, brother. I genuinely appreciate it.
Look at him just standing there while you hold your heavy.
All right, there's the cap.
Nice.
I'm just gonna let him kill me. I'm not gonna risk like doing a force quit and then something goes wrong.
All right.
Reagan, thank you so much.
Uh,
I
Let's
wonder
see
how
what
they handle
Kushala can
force
do.
quits here.
All right, back to bitter. Let's see.
I believe the
Back
raid
to,
bosses are designed to like scale with your alliance too. So same way as AQ. So like people that we have in this alliance are, you know, we're on the beta server, so everybody's got champions ranked up really high. I would prefer this over a 5th day of AQ personally, John. Such a cool special 3.
It really is.
Yeah, this one is definitely a little bit tougher than the Maestro fight. There's just more to pay attention to.
Yeah, the Maestro fight is kind of, you're just playing it normally because you're usually punishing specials
Right.
and heavies. This one's kind of a little bit more, but I like it.
Really solid special too.
Yeah, she's hitting okay, but like it's just not that much compared to you guys because you guys have chums that are actually working with the node or the boosts.
Her specials are hitting pretty hard,
Right.
and she's spamming quite a few of them.
If this was like Necro, where the timer was paused during specials, she'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she would be incredible.
Yeah, it does feel like the special 3 is the way with her, though.
Yeah,
doing
my
at least
upkeep
one of them.
feels a bit easier. It's a good shout by Egg.
Yeah, the dot does not scale with the damage increase that's intended. It was pretty busted, honestly, when we tested it like that.
Okay, I'm surprised that didn't kill me.
Oh, nice regen on the block there. It was nice.
Yeah, that was super clutch.
Ooh, why am I
man.
not? Are you stun immune now?
I don't know.
Why are my parries not landing?
That was strange.
I swear I
Maybe
saw
it's-
parry.
Hold on, let me read the node. Something about
Yeah.
the Pierce, maybe?
Definitely parry came up. It's gotta
Yeah,
be
when they
node.
got five or more pierces, they're stun immune. So
They're stun
that-
immune.
Ah.
I thought I'd failed 2 of those parries. That's why I ate both of those heavies.
Alright,
That
Simma
wasn't
Simma.
too bad.
Alright.
What did I enter the fight with that?
I don't think any of the champs are duped. Yeah, Ultron isn't duped. Thanos isn't duped. Kang isn't duped. Nobody is duped here. Oh, I'm showing the wrong thing. Showing the wrong screen. So now Sim's back in it with Hulkbuster.
Yeah, I got 8% off there. Not bad, but
Who do you
Not
think
quite
would have
high.
been a better pick? Like, do you think Hulkling would have
I've
been a
been
better
looking
pick for you?
through. I've been looking through it. Yeah, definitely. Any of the champs that don't rely on DOT, but like I'm looking at it, and there are quite a few champs there that specifically rely on their DOT. Like in this tactician alone, there's Kushala, Doctor Voodoo, Spidey Supreme. Although because it's on hit, maybe his burst
No,
is boosted.
Spidey's burst would be boosted because Titania's burst is boosted. So
Okay, maybe Spidey's pretty sick for it then. He would be very good if that special burst gets boosted. He'll be awesome for it.
yeah,
Especially with his like help, his aided intercept with the miss.
Miss.
However, long shot won't be. Carnage
No, Carnage
probably
probably
won't
wouldn't be
be.
that great.
Venom Pool. I know he gets
No.
some burst off basics with one of his buffs, so maybe.
That's after a
Um,
ramp, and you have to kind of be in the fight for a while for that to make
Yeah.
a difference.
All right, I hit
But
the cap
the-
that time.
Nice, good stuff.
Alright,
I think
stuff,
Gore would
dude.
be quite good. He
Oh,
ends
yeah.
up hitting hard on basics, even though he does have DOT. Venom, the same. Hyperion, Hulkling, Angela, they'll all be good. Surfer will be good. Captain Marvel will be interesting. See if you can keep her ramp. Cersei will probably be quite good, and so will Doom. But yeah, I definitely steer clear of DOT champs in this mode unless there is some sort of update.
Agreed. Can Mr. Fantastic cheese the damage cap? I don't think so. I'm not. How would he do
No,
that?
probably not.
Aiden's asking,
Hey,
was the
don't
pool
block
changed at
specials.
all since they prevented DOT from being boosted? I don't think so. I think this is the same pool, wasn't it, that we tested in Vancouver?
It
I don't see
feels
any
pretty
difference.
similar, if not the same. Yeah.
I'd be confident saying
I'm
it's
certain it's the same.
80% or plus the same. There's a lot of champions I recognize there. But I've already given some feedback that if DOT champs aren't boosted, then they just feel a little bit worse and pointless bringing in.
I agree. I agree.
What percent did he start at?
I have no idea.
I think I left him about 70% on mine.
No, there's quite a
Right, I
few
wasn't-
good non-DOT champs in the assault pool. Just looking at it here, like Hulkbuster is really good. Massacre is probably incredible. Storm, and both Storms are probably fantastic. Professor X probably lights it up. So does Kitty with all that prowess.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's definitely a lot of really good options, I would say.
Rincher would probably be pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no cap, is there? Aside from the 10% one.
Right.
I don't think there's a hard damage cap now, aside
No.
from the 10%, which, 10% of 95 million is a lot of damage. So
Yeah, if you do that in one Rincher SB2, congrats. GG,
Yeah,
pack
right.
I
up.
mean, I'd love to see that. Your job is easy, man.
Am I up now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've
you're up.
lost order. I think Domino would be pretty good in the assault as well because she has just really hard hitting basics.
Oh yeah. I just pulled Domino again from a 7-star, so she's Sig 40 now.
Yeah, that matches mine. I've got Sig 40 rank 3.
Oh baby, it's pretty nice.
Sim's not happy with me.
Look away. I mean, I guess you can't look away because we're watching each other. Think away, Sim. You didn't say that.
Don't
Wonder
think of the purple elephant.
I wonder if they would consider adding in like a champion swap node in between the bosses in case, like, you go in with Kuchala and you're like, wow, this is really not working for me, but I have like a high ranking Hulkling or whatever.
That is a very good shout.
I think that's especially since you're only able to bring one champion.
Right. There's no way you can abuse it. If you're matching the health of whatever you are leaving, you would still need to revive or have a full health champ.
Right.
Yeah, because I've already thought, like, oh god, I wish I could restart this stream and bring someone good in. or very good in. You know.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that. I think that's a decent idea.
Yeah, that is. Oh, I should have gone SP3. Let's do that.
I don't know how feasible changes to the map are this close to release, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't be put in before release, I'm sure, but it would be very useful.
Yeah.
No way before official release. I think it's coming out, what? Is it
2
next
days.
week or 2 weeks?
Yeah, next week.
Oh, 2 days.
2 days
Like I
is
said,
next
2
week.
days. So,
Yeah, it's the 15th.
sorry guys, I know the number of the day, but the day, couldn't tell you.
It's the weekend. No classes today.
That's right. I'm finally able to kind of come down from it, so I'm forgetting literally when next week is. That's how.
Revives are 100%, Adson.
Oh, that was annoying.
I actually don't know how much they cost after you run out of free ones, what the unit cost is.
Okay, he's stun immune now, so that's going to make heavies a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I feel like, circling back to the dot thing, I feel like there is some room for increasing the potency of dot effects a bit per charge.
Yeah, so basically what was said was that DOT being boosted to the same extent as attacks just made DOT champs crazy and just so unbelievably good that there was no point using anyone else. I'm hoping there's a way that there could be like say before it was DOT was increased by 100% of the attack. If you made it like 10%, does that bring them in line with using the other champ? Like, can I get the boss to 10% in the same sort of time as MSD and Sim with Kushala if she's boosted 10% or 15% or whatever? Because that would be nice. Because I am finding that Kushala's sustain is really nice in this because there's a lot of block damage, and being able to regen that up is super, super nice. Yeah, it is annoying because Kushala works for like every part of it except damage. With her AI bias, it makes intercepts very easily and baiting specials very easy.
Yeah, it sucks that she doesn't have the return on damage.
I wonder if there is a thought process of using Kushala, knowing that she might not do as much damage, but knowing that she's quite reliable with it, because she is reliable with the rest of it.
I mean, the sustain she has is crazy. You were blocking 20,000 damage special ones and healing it all back, basically. So.
Especially with this Pierce. And then I've heard from others that Maestro as the third champ is really difficult, so baiting heavies from that. Yeah. Be interesting.
Yep, alright.
Okay.
Oh, I can't skip the special 3 in this either. That sucks.
Yeah, time mode.
Yep.
SP3'd, okay, so let's go in here again.
Sim, that's me every time I need to do incursions.
Right. Who do I have to bribe for Anti-Venom to be a Vanguard? Command John. Probably.
Definitely Kabam John.
Yep. The parry should count for the block a hit mission, Ricky.
They do.
Hey, what's up, Katie? Kabam made this very
June,
difficult.
Sorry.
Go on, Bitter.
June Buggy sending $20 over to the channel saying, I sent MSD 20, so here's yours. Thank you. That is really, really kind of you. You really didn't need to, but I appreciate it.
Oh, those red numbers on Titania are so satisfying.
Yeah, she's a very good champ for this, because she's very sustainable as well. Like, you don't need to be going for special 3s with her. Spamming SP2s, keeping weaknesses up, that would be really nice as well.
Yeah, well, Special 3 is able to do that, so...
Yep.
Yep. MSD's just doing it for style.
Insanity. She was reversing the power gain there for a second.
Yeah. Turns out the insta-kill isn't insta.
Right.
It is an insta.
Close to it.
You know.
Nicely done.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Let's go on to Mr. Bitter.
I like it so far. It's not going to be as intense as this is, spread out over a week, but I like it. It's cool seeing the
Yeah,
big
just
damage numbers.
Just to reiterate for maybe anyone that's new, what myself, Sim, and Bitter are doing right now is supposed to be done over the course of 7 days. We're doing it in like 70 minutes. So don't think it's going to be like this every single time, because it is almost certainly not.
Right.
We're also just doing one of 3 lanes. There's 2 other lanes that need to be done by the other 6 members of the alliance that are in the group. So even though we are finishing, and even though people can finish early, every lane might not be finished as quickly as every other lane. So
yeah, we definitely won't be able to get to Ultron because I don't think the other 2 groups are done.
Well, I mean, we could fight Ultron.
Aren't there links that prevent it?
Yeah, I think there's
there?
some links.
I think like incursion style, like
Oh
degen
yeah,
links.
yeah. That's right.
I
That's
think
right.
we degen.
Yeah,
Yep,
Silk
it's the old school incursion degen.
Yeah, Silk should be pretty good, John. She hits like a freight train. And you get those furies up.
Burst damage.
Yeah. Yeah. Any burst champ is going to be
That's
great.
what you really want. Burst damage or high impact special attacks is really what you want for this mode. So I think Spidey Supreme would be really solid. Clearly, we're seeing how strong Titania is for Vanguard.
I bet you
as well.
A juiced up Professor X would be disgusting in here.
Yeah, I wish I was able to snag that 7-star, because I would absolutely have used him in here if I had him. I mean, I know I had the 7-star on the beta, but I wanted it to be reflective of my actual account.
Oh, light intercept. Thank you for that one.
I've been cheating with medium intercepts, and it hasn't killed me yet, so...
Cheating, you say?
It was actually Thanos bringing out the light intercept there.
Oh.
Okay, hit the cap.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So she can hit the cap. She's not like useless. Like if she's your only option and you need to do it, you're not going to be, out of luck.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm like that Squidward meme where I'm looking out the window at Titania and Hulkbuster doing it in 35 seconds.
It's funny. All right. Only 8 million health to go, guys. Easy.
That
Is
should
this
be
based off?
one more run.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I should be able to get it in this one.
And then, Sim, if you wanna, did you start last time, or would the Sim
No,
start?
it's my turn to start.
Okay, so you'll start, and then Sim, and then me. All right.
I don't know about you two, but I really haven't minded ramping up again at the
I
next
haven't
fight.
either.
No, I haven't. It's been fine. It's quick. I mean, as long as you do the prompts within the first 60 seconds of the fight, which should be very easy to accomplish. I haven't minded it. I think this is fun. It's something different, you know. We need a little variety within the game, and I think this accomplishes it. I just hope that the rewards are enough to justify wanting to do it.
I think there will be. I mean,
I
the
think so too.
rewards, the rank rewards are incredible as well.
Oh yeah.
They are very, very good. I'm looking forward to seeing where we all place. Do you guys know, like, the difficulty? Is that based on prestige?
I think it is, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
It would have to be, because like if you're in alliance with, you know, like rank 3s or whatever, you're not gonna be able to hit the cap ever.
Yeah, it makes sense. But I just didn't know whether it was like roster size or prestige or whatever. But I'm assuming it is prestige.
I think it's probably the same as AQ, where it's all based on prestige.
Lord Jerkface asking, do we know what's in the chest? We don't have a full list, but there's no way we can open them without showing you, and they're going live in 2 days anyway, so we're allowed to go through and show this. So you can see some of them. Okay, so I'm assuming this is another visual bug, but that looks like half.
I got 25% of a tier 6 on mine.
Yeah, so did I. I got 25% as well.
I got half that time, so still really good. Like, you can end up with one or more.
I think half probably isn't a bug. Like if it's 2850, that's probably intended.
That's probably the number. Yeah.
I'm assuming the one that is showing up is the bug. I wonder if it's because I'm forming one. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what my percentages are, but I'm assuming the one is the bug and it's the half or the quarter. So this one, alternating combo enders, is the mission. That one seems probably middle easiest being the Maestro, and then Thanos being the one that you need to concentrate most on. Okay, what does this one do? Okay, so this Kang gets precision passives, and then when he has 5, they crit through block. So that's going to be quite big.
Yeah. My wife is in the chat saying that my kids are watching me right now.
Proud dad moment.
Do these specials go rooted eventually as well?
They probably do.
I can check.
It's probably just like. Yeah, because Kang also has the Pierce, so.
I'm just thinking, dexing that special too while rooted is going to be.
It's only from the Furies. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So when you get to 5...
It's based on the Furies, not the Pierce or the Precision. So this boss has all 3 then? So the bosses get...
I believe that, yeah.
Okay.
I am so eating that special too.
It will get tougher. Yeah, okay, Maestro as the final one seems tough.
Katie, that's literally the first message she's ever sent in a stream of mine, so I didn't have an opportunity to do it before.
So I guess they have, each of these bosses has their own specific boost with the crit and the pierce and the fury, and then they add up over whichever path, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can definitely see why, if you have Maestro 3rd here, this would be really, really bad. With the crit through block and the pierce, like... Whew.
This is where I'm actually kind of happy to have Kushala, because she is regenerating so much of that.
She is. Yeah, the sustain's so important for her right now.
Okay, he is stun immune now. Okay. Okay, we're
Yeah, wow,
root now.
that regen.
Just like on a parry, you're losing like 20% on a parry.
Just wait till you see that combo
God,
that
dude,
she just
what?
did.
Wow.
Wow, man.
That is some intense damage.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Okay, this is gonna be tough. I need to
And these are
No,
like
I tried to build
these
it
are like
up.
3 of like the most vanilla defenders they could come up with too, other than Maestro. Like Kang and Thanos are pretty simple, but like, man, this could get pretty crazy if they put in like much more difficult defenders.
War Machine.
Oh, oh man.
So I don't know about you guys, but when we did this in Vancouver, the fights were way more vanilla. Not really much going on. I think the main difference is that there weren't the crits and the furies and the pierces or the roots. It
Yeah.
was literally just like a vanilla fight. You go in, you do your 10%, you do the mission, and that's about it. How are you feeling about the increase in difficulty?
I think it's fine. I think it's warranted for the mode so far. Like, especially from seeing the rewards in the chests that we've gotten already. I think having to deal with some stun immunity and some rooted specials, that's really nothing new given Necropolis. You know, rooted specials is something people have to deal with now, and especially with the new war tactic. So
Yep.
I think that's just kind of par for the course right now for MCOC. I think it's fine. I have no problem with the increase in difficulty.
That's fair. I'll let Sim focus, but I completely agree. I think when we were doing it in Vancouver, I loved it as a concept, but it felt a little bit like mindless, a little bit just like AQ, where there's not really much going on apart from just doing the fight. So I love that there's a little bit more complexity in there and a little bit more risk because it feels like you're actually playing to win now rather than just, oh, look how big my damage gets.
Right. Yeah, the purpose of play is different. It's not 7-figure special 3. It's, oh, let me actually play this tactically so I can survive long enough to get more charges for the next person.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's trying to survive.
Oh, dude. I whiffed on a heavy there, and then my special button didn't work, and he specialed me into oblivion.
Yeah, it's definitely high risk now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back into it.
Junebuggy sent over 20 saying, can't leave you out either. June, you have been extremely generous today. Thank you so much for supporting the channels. Appreciate it.
Yeah, massive thank you on that one.
He's
Boosts
so
do
look
work,
at
yeah.
this big Kang. Like, why is he so large?
I love how he runs in and then like immediately like instantly grows like 6 feet taller. The block damage feels worse on this one because you're being asked to finish your combos too and leaving yourself open for a block or a parry.
For any type of block,
Yeah.
special,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. I really don't like finishing combos and stuff like that.
Agreed.
Thanks for the stun on the special. That was cool.
See you later, Aiden. Thanks for hanging out, bud.
Yeah, thank you. See you later, bud. Been asked if there's a tutorial out there in setting up the raids that can be looked up. So there is one on MCOC's actual YouTube which explains how it works. That's probably a good starting off point. Over the next week, I'm sure there'll be some CCP members making guides themselves and putting them out. I think I'm not probably not going to, but I'm sure someone will.
Relic is good
But
here for getting 2 missions done in one combo.
yes, that's fair. Just circling back to the guide thing. It really is quite easy once you go in. Like we're just sat here and doing it one at a time,
Mm-hmm.
and then as long as you complete the missions, you progress is the kind of the thing. Keep the missions, keep your order. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this should hit the damage cap. Yep.
Yeah, she's been pretty consistent. I think she might be. I don't know. Actually, don't know what role I picked for our live run next week.
I am
I need-
Vanguard. I'm going to be Vanguard when we do it. Definitely be bringing
I
in
am
Titanium for that.
almost certainly going to be doing that on the live server as well, bringing Vanguard in whatever battle group I'm in.
I don't
Right,
really
cool.
have anyone else who does Tactician, so I'm going to be avoiding that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to look at the list again to see. I think I'm definitely going to go Vanguard for Titania. You know, the 7-star awakened to rank 2.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hard to argue against that.
Mm-hmm. Do we know if the champs are locked in here, like they are? I mean, I would assume
that's
they
a good
are.
question.
I would assume they are.
Locked as in won't be rotated.
Well, for example, like if I went with my Titania, and then she would be locked for a week straight, which would mean I could not be assigned her in war for a week, which would be problematic.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't.
I would hope they're not locked.
I think they are.
I really don't
That
think they
changes
should
the
be.
game a little bit.
Yeah, locking
does
a good attacker for a week is really, really rough.
Yeah, because then it forces you to either give up that attacker and use different champs for war or whatever the case may be,
Right.
or use a suboptimal option here and not be as efficient with your resources.
Right.
I, as a planning officer, am not looking forward to assigning someone it and then being like, "Oh, sorry, they're in raids."
Yep. Yeah, I made a note of that to ask John too. Yeah, I agree. Locking a champ for a week would feel pretty bad.
Very, very bad. That just locks. I mean, you can't do story content with them.
Right.
You can't do incursions. You can't do anything.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's way worse than how locking champs used to be, because at least it was only out for a 24-hour period.
Yeah, even if it was like every day in AQ, at least once you finish that day of AQ, you can use them again.
Right.
Right.
And you could like energy your way up through your entire path to get done. Like DLL had to do that the other day to free up a champ, but you can't do it here because you're reliant on everybody else in the group.
Yeah. I really, really think that locking them for the full duration, just locking them in general,
Yeah.
is not a great idea.
I agree.
That's my biggest takeaway right now.
Oh, you tried to sidestep me there, not having that.
Yeah, it might end up being a thing where, but see, you can't even predict, like, it's almost like you would have to bring in a champ to raids that there's no chance of you getting assigned in war if you're playing at a level where assignments are a thing.
But then that just limits how many champs you can
Right.
use in, and that's already a fairly limited pool.
Right.
Like in terms of, like if you look at them on a tier list, they're not all at the top of the tier list. Like Civil Warrior
Mm-hmm.
isn't going to be at the top of anyone's tier list.
Yep.
There's champs like that in those, which will probably be fine for it. But if you're limiting yourself to only using them in raids, that's pretty tough. Like if you say you can't use your Hulkling because you might need him in war, and Hulkling's your only good champ ranked up from the Tactician,
Right.
you're kind of screwed. Joey's saying, maybe this will push us to rank both the 6 and 7-star versions of the champs. For those that have 7-star versions, yeah. But
Yeah, but
very
that's
few
not
of
going
them
to be
do.
everybody. There's going to
And
be
that
some exclusion there.
it also feels bad ranking up a 6-star that has a 7-star version. Even if you don't have the 7-star, it feels worse if you do.
Yep. Like, I'm not going to rank my 6-star Titania for this mode just because I have the 7-star I want to use elsewhere. I'm not going to do that.
I mean, luckily I ranked 5 the 6-star before I got the 7-star, so I have both.
Oh, dude, the heavy whiffed again when he stands up.
Yeah, but it's because he recovered on his face
Yep.
and not his back.
Yeah, as you were saying that,
Yeah.
it dawned on me.
That's something I've only really found out recently when TJ did his Hulkbuster video, and it just felt like my eyes had been opened.
It's a very important thing with Tigra as well.
See, I use Tiger a load, and I feel like I do change my playstyle with her sometimes with heavies, but I never looked at whether they were landing on their front or back, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those things like it's a game mechanic that you wouldn't realize unless you paid attention to it. Very much like how the recovery time for knockdowns for certain champions is both slower and faster. It's something that you kind of have to intentionally look for, and you'll find it because there's a decent amount of champs who do have either the slower recovery like Silver Surfer or the fast recovery like OG Storm,
Mhm.
Captain Britain. Um, who's the big guy that has it? I forget. One of the big champs. Venompool maybe, I don't know. It's one of the big champs that has the fast recovery time.
I don't remember.
Cat saying that champs are locked in, so
Yeah, that
yeah,
is not a good
you're right.
time at all. Yeah, I agree with Insidious there. Locking champs for a week, that seems like a pretty obvious issue. Maybe
I
not for
think
a majority of people, but yeah.
if raids wasn't as difficult as it is here, and doesn't warrant the types of champs that you're going to be bringing in, like you want to be bringing in your best champs, otherwise
Yep.
you're going to be using revives.
Yep.
That's why I think locking is bad.
And there's no way to line up raids during like Alliance War off season, for example. They're never going to line up like that. Yeah, that's rough. I don't like that at all. Cloud asking what
But
about landing differently. So if you notice when you knock down a defender, sometimes they will land on their back and sometimes they will land on their face, and the recovery times are different depending on which way they land.
And just on that, Lord Jerkface in my chat has just said, "Wait, champs can land on front or back." I never noticed. Holy cow! Learn something new every day.
The nitty gritty here for. I hate that special too. The camera turn messes me up just like Doctor Strange's does.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, wouldn't go
Slow
for my
moving
intercept.
projectiles, the worst.
Oh, oh, two medium crits there.
Wouldn't go for the intercepts, man.
Hey, Rye, by the way, I'm glad to hear that Sasquatch went down. I'm hoping it went all smoothly. I assigned Rye to a tricky fight, and I've been nervous about how it was going to go, but sounds like it went well.
Today I learned. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, Insidious. I think the locking is a pretty big deal, for sure.
Rice said it was nothing close to smooth,
It
but it was a solo.
doesn't have to be smooth. It just has to be a solo, right? Do you think running recoil will hinder me in raids? It depends on the champ. I mean, when you get to the third boss here, the block damage is pretty nutty. So if you're already losing health with special attacks without a way to recover it, you might have a bad time. But your mileage may vary, I guess.
I feel like as we've been going on, I'm becoming more appreciative of what Kushala is doing for me. I don't know if I'd be trying to be a tactician to bring her for it. And I feel like other champions that are doing DOT that don't have her sustain are going to be rough. But I do think Kushala probably has a place. Be interesting.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think is more important for a champ's damage potential, charges or their base kit?
Are you meaning the raid charges?
Yeah.
The base kit. If your damage is based on damage over time, the charges aren't going to do much to help you. Outside of just increasing your overall damage. But if your base kit is prioritizing special attacks, burst of damage, things like that,
Mm-hmm.
the charges will definitely help. But the base kit is the reason that the charges help so much.
Yeah, I agree. If they're gonna leave damage over time kind of undertuned like this, then champs heavily reliant on that are gonna suffer a bit more in here, rather than hard hitting champs. Like even with like Bitter, you were talking before with even like a 10% boost per charge or something like that, like Kushal would be absolutely cooking in here.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be 10% or
Yeah.
15% or whatever. It's just whatever it is, whatever that number is that brings them more in line.
Dude, those two block hits you just took, what on
You
earth?
see those? It's such a good ability, honestly. It's what made me love Sorcerer back in the day. Like maybe for some people, Kushala would be a good option because like you, that would have killed most other champions there, taking that 50% health on block.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're pretty much making yourself unlikely to hit the cap. You're probably making it a bit safer, but you're not going to hit the 10% if that makes sense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's asking how is Kushala just got her. She is awesome. She is fantastic. If I seem a bit down on her during this stream, it's just in this raids mode. She is fantastic all around the rest of the game. Alliance War, BGs, Necropolis, questing, everything else. She's fantastic. Tricky to play, but very rewarding, very fun. Loads of utility, loads of damage.
How much have you messed around with her in Necropolis, if at all?
Very little. I went in, I got an Odin solo, I tried Red Goblin. I think I tried Arcus at one point when I was trying to get some Cheoth gameplay. I feel that as a 6-star, she hurts from not having as many
Nice.
Necro charges. But yeah, she's pretty good for Necro. I've seen Vega do good stuff with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
I don't think she's like Absorbing Man level. I'd say she's probably around Chavez level of use in Necro.
Are there two different types of charges? So you're gaining charges for yourself, but you're also gaining charges to pass on to the next person in like the rotation. So you see on MSD's screen, he's gaining those purple charges, which are at 12. Those are passed on to Bitter next, or they're increasing them rather. Hard to say a champ is worth it if they can't consistently hit the 10% cap. Not sure what they're tuned around either. I mean, it could be tuned for like 7R3s, which are the max rank and rarity right now, so not sure about that.
The only other thing that I'm thinking is because this, in quotes, alliance that we're in this server,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the prestige. I'm assuming it's based on prestige. It is here. It might be really high because people just are ranking up a ton of champs. So maybe even the 6-star ascended is like kind of hitting up a little bit.
It says our
So
alliance prestige is 19 and change.
okay, no, that sounds about right for
Yeah.
ascended 6 stars then.
Yeah.
Okay, that was really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Titania just super consistent. I didn't even go for the special 3 there. It didn't seem like it was worth it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's probably worth just bringing in a champ who can do a ton of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was a good learning experience, seeing how a champion that is dependent on damage over time does.
Yep.
And she's doing okay. Like, it's not like she's terrible, she's not drowning. It's more like she's treading water.
Yeah, and you have hit the cap a couple times too, so
Yeah, just not with the consistency or ease
Yeah.
of you guys.
Yeah.
it's interesting. I'm trying to think like if you have champions who are unable to consistently hit the cap, I think that's going to affect everybody in that squad's revive stash, because then you're going to have to go through the rotation again, and even if you hit the damage cap, you still have to revive. So
Yep.
Well, it's like I'm doing, I don't know, 7% on average, and you guys are doing 10. It just means that you guys are going to have to make up the slack.
right.
Yeah, there's one more run, 2 more runs that have to be done throughout the entirety of it at the end, or champs
Yeah.
who can't do the whole 10%.
Can you guys remember what the tuning is? Is it if you do 10% every time, then it's free, and for every extra you have to pay, or is it? Do you have a bit of
There is
slack?
some slack, I think. Misty was in here earlier saying that there are a few extra revives, so it's not like if you don't hit the cap once, you're screwed. But I don't
Yeah.
know how many extras you get for free.
Yeah, that would be nice to know.
Why is Kang so big? Because he's drinking his milk, eating his veggies. The raid bosses grow as they get more damaged, which is pretty cool.
I've got to keep on parrying to keep up my blessing, but every time I parry, it just feels like I'm getting closer to dying.
And yet she regens all of it back anyway. Most of it.
Yeah, it's just hard to get my heavy in now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that killed me. I shouldn't have parried that special.
Ooh.
But yeah, that is just some insane utility.
You would have been dead like 15 times over there.
Yeah. I just lost 20 health pools. Manuel, I haven't been counting how many revives we've used each. I think mostly we're hitting the cap. It's probably like, what, 9 revives? 10 revives per fight? So 3 each.
Yeah,
3 or 4
each, I would say.
Yeah, it's minimum 3 because that would be 90%.
And then obviously someone would have won, so they're in the next fight.
Right.
Do you think raids will take a lot of planning? I think so. I think for like our bubble of players, there's already so much planning that it doesn't feel like as much extra. But like for an alliance that is just jumping in and doing it, I feel like it probably will feel quite difficult to plan. Like if you're just someone who jumps into a AQ path and just does it without anyone telling you which way to go, I do think that'll be quite difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of the quality of life features that they've been talking about in the past that never sort of came, like where they were like, you can assign someone a specific path in Alliance War or AQ. Something like that might be quite helpful in this, where an officer can go in and say, you are going to be Vanguard, you're Tactician, go this way, go that way. So when you join, you know where it will work.
All right. Oop. Hit the cap there.
The damage was nuts.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, this is only a rank 2 Hulkbuster too, so like an Ascended 6-star would probably be pretty similar. And now I'm thinking about like, is it worth ranking up an Ascending Hulkbuster for this?
Luckily,
Yeah,
a couple days ago, I pulled the 7-star Hulkbuster, so that's pretty nice. I can be a different role. Very
lucky. And his dupe doesn't seem to matter in here because there's really no chance for the regen to trigger before he dies. So.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep myself on Vanguard or Assault, I think.
Yeah, Hulkbuster is pretty crazy in here for sure.
The burst damage Titania is dealing from this node is insane.
Yeah, it's interesting that like burst damage is affected, but dot is not.
So I think MSD is talking about the actual like the hack, for lack of a better term. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What's your specific roll boost? I think that's what they're called.
It's every time I punish a special attack or a heavy, I place a weakness on him, and then depending on how many times I've done that, the burst damage goes up.
Ah, yes, okay.
That's the one I used with her.
Like
okay.
That's the one that I used with her in Vancouver, and the weaknesses were so tuned that I could eat like a full special fruit from the bosses and just like take 5% health. It was so fun. Dab's asking, what are the Ultron nodes? What does Ultron have specifically? I'll check after this one. I'll show it on screen.
I'll check right now.
Yeah.
It is alternate their special attacks. Is the mission.
Alternate special attacks.
Yeah.
What does he have? Like, does he have the Fury and the Pierce and the?
He has everything.
Yeah, he has everything else.
It all
fills up.
145 million health.
145 million. That's casual, you know.
Yep. So remember, Cloud, we're not. We did this in like 2 hours, but what we did today is meant to be spread out over an entire week. So you're not really fighting him for 30 minutes. You're fighting him for 3 minutes a few different times a day, and that's it.
Right. We're doing a raid speed run here.
Yeah.
This is not how it's going to look. And we're not even going to be able to fight Ultron. So.
Yeah. This is the third boss, yes.
That evade on the Ultron is going to be so annoying as well.
Yep. Yep.
So was it? It's my understanding that Ultron is in the raid chest, or is he in like a crystal
He's in
that's
the
in the
chest.
chest? He's in the chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So someone's just going to be going down a path, and then Ultron's going to pop out like that.
Well, like so, like you get the selector right, and then you pick the Paragon Raid crystal. He's in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and somebody's gonna get him first day, first try too. So
Of course. That's somebody. I'm just letting you know it's gonna be me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's going to be Nah. It's so going to be
you
Nah.
know,
yeah, it's gonna be somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be someone we know.
yeah, for sure.
I wonder what the
I
odds on that
guarantee
are.
if not, that's
Somebody
decent
who's
people.
like, I really don't like Ultron, but I guess I'll take him as a 7.
Yeah, like, why couldn't it have been like Hulkbuster or?
That
Yeah.
sounds like me. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to parry that special. That took me right down to like 1%.
I love Ultron. I think he's gonna be a phenomenal 7-star.
Yeah, he's great.
He is.
I can't.
Thing
even
is, I
imagine
just
how
value
potent
him
he's gonna be.
so much. Okay, I don't even know if I can afford another blocked hit. There's only 30 seconds left, so I'm not going to risk it.
Looks like you're finishing us up, Sim.
All right. Yeah, Bitter's using an Ascended Kushala, yeah. 133k heavy crit, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
It's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, Rai saying it's 100% going to be Nah. So I'm getting a couple questions. So, are there different difficulty levels for raids, or are they always this strong? Definitely asking for a friend. Well, you can let your friend know that it's probably based on prestige. It scales with how strong your alliance is. So don't worry, it won't always be this strong. You won't, you won't be having this difficult a fighting it with a rank 3 5-star or whatever. And what are on the chests, we're not sure. We only know what we picked up throughout. So there's T6CC, 7-star shards. I know there's Titan shards in there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And an Ultron, a 7-star Ultron. Good stuff, basically. And a revive's free the first week. Revives are free every week. You have a set amount that you'll be able to purchase for free. I believe it resets daily, so you'll go in, you'll buy your 2 revives that day, or I think it's 2. Go and do your fights, and then the next day wait for it to reset and go back in. So I think there's a little bit of slack where you don't have to hit the 10% cap every time. But it means that if you don't do well enough, you will have to buy revives yourself. Although I think you can use like normal AQ revives here, but they obviously just won't. They won't regen you 100% is the thing, but you can heal as well.
Yep.
Dab, these are Ultron's nodes. So alternate specials. And then he gets all of the fury, the pierce, and the crit.
Tier 5 or tier 6 for me. Yeah, so we've seen tier 6, and we've seen some 7-star shards in here so far. So yeah,
I got 1,500 7-star shards.
Yeah, so you can't go into Ultron until all squads have all 3 of their fights down. You can see the other folks don't have theirs down, so there's degen links on here.
Yeah, those incursion degen links.
Yeah.
Alliance Prestige is 12.8k, so it will be way easier than yours. Yeah, I think Sim, you said it was about 19.2, something like that.
Yeah.
Gabar's asking how many revives use this run per person. We really should have kept count throughout. That would have been
I
good.
think it's probably
I don't
3 or
know.
4 each per boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Three.
9, 10,
9, 10
something
per
like that.
person, yeah.
Yeah,
There is some wiggle room,
around.
so...
Oh, actually, we should have started with the same amount. So
Oh, Misty says the least amount you can use in a raid is 9, and Command gives you 14 for free. So you do have quite a bit of wiggle room there, in addition to
Oh yeah,
whatever
that's a lot.
AQ items. Yeah. So I
that's
think
quite good,
we would
actually.
have definitely gotten through this for free. So, yeah, but that's raids.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
see
raids.
the
I
item?
realized I was talking to my chat without my mic on because that's just what I do sometimes. Um, I wanted to. Someone asked, like, can you solo any of these bosses? No, it's
No, you
10%
cannot.
per, and then you insta die. It's a teamwork thing. Teamwork makes the raid dream work.
So you can actually check how many revives we used. I think I started with 40, so I used
Oh yeah,
11.
yeah,
I've got
yeah,
29
yeah.
now.
Let me see. Health. I used 11 total.
Yeah, I used 11 as well.
So 33 total.
I have
11 per person.
31. Oh no, I guess maybe did I use 9? I have 2 in my inventory plus 29 in the stash. We started with 40 total.
Oh, then I used 9.
I used
Oh,
9
okay.
then. Yeah.
Yeah, I used 9 as well then.
Okay,
Having
well,
said that, we
there's
haven't taken down the boss, but
Right.
we would all be doing it together. So
right. So
Right.
what we all just did was the most optimal run you could make of the initial path, like the first 3 fights. We each used 9, which is as low as you can get it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, good job, team.
You're still limited by AQ energy too. So if you want to run it like this, you would be spending on refills too. So
Yep.
I might be wrong, but I don't think we did because we start off with 3 full health champions and don't need to use revives. And then when you beat the boss, you go to the next one and don't need another one. So I feel like I might be wrong. I'm completely spitballing, but I think we've missed out on like 1 or 2 to be completely efficient.
That's probably
yeah,
true,
you're probably
but
right.
I'm not going to harp on it.
Yeah.
No, we're close to it. Like
Yeah.
we're reasonable. We wouldn't need to spend revives. That's the main thing.
Yeah, we
Right.
wouldn't be going over the granted limit by a fair margin.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless our whole BG did terrible on this Ultron boss.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, let me grab some questions from the chat. So, what happens to the one guy that can't do raids? He's backup, or he or she are backup, and they can go down any path and they can still grab all of these quest nodes. So, like our 10th person right now could go in here, go all the way up the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and grab all of the quests. If one of the bosses was particularly hard, like I've heard this Maestro on the left is really difficult with all 3 of the Fury, Pierce, and Crit. So you could send him as a 4th there to help with
Mm-hmm.
revives. Or maybe someone's unavailable throughout the day or whatever, and you send them along there. So they can all get the same rewards. No worries about that. They're just kind of not quite fully included
Right.
in the actual fighting.
Scanning
Just
the chat
doing
here
some
for any
bullseye
questions
testing.
here. Thoughts on using Nick Fury? Once he hits second life, he'd be reviving him after each round, but losing a lot of health. Yeah, it's kind of... I mean, damage obviously much better in second life, but the dots are not increased by the damage boost. And as you can see, like, taking blocked hits is pretty painful. So in second life, when you're reviving essentially to 30%, it's... you probably take 1 or 2 blocked hits and you're going to die. So
Yeah,
maybe
I'm not sure
maybe
about
not
it.
ideal.
MSD, I
Oh,
just
guys,
saw.
I forgot to mention.
You accidentally go to SP3 there?
Yep,
Yeah.
I was gonna let him evade, and then I was too early.
I saw
Well,
your
this should
little
kill.
shake of the head.
Yeah, I was not happy.
Yeah, backup has to pick one of the 3 champ classes still, yes. So it's whichever one is needed at that point. Cool.
You've already got the
Release.
instant perfect release down. Nice.
Maybe.
Yeah, unsurprising.
I actually haven't really messed with him that much. This is like maybe my 5th or 6th fight using him.
I haven't messed.
I was gonna try him
much.
for the Abyss Collector, but I quickly learned that he would not be good for that.
He would turn off the evade, wouldn't he?
He would, but no damage.
No dot. Yeah.
Yeah, I need some big burst, and he just doesn't have it.
So someone's saying more complicated things that I have to learn about. I get it. I get the feeling. It does feel quite inaccessible when you first look at it. But like MSD Sim and I have played this once 3 months ago and not ever since. And like we read tiny bits about it, but it's really not that difficult to learn. It's very, very logical, user friendly. As you go through, it feels very simple, intuitive. I think after the first week, everyone's going to feel pretty much like experts, as long as you actually pay attention to what's going on.
I agree. Hulkling or Hyperion better? Probably Hulkling, but Hyperion, I bet, yeah, you get some of those Furies up, and his special 2 is going to hit really, really hard.
Someone's asking, Rintra is not good for raids, question mark? I'm not sure. It's always interesting to see how attack increases work with different champions. Because like if you look at something like Power Shield, that doesn't increase like Morbius or Rintra's special 2 itself, because they get so much extra increase from external sources. I don't know whether raid fervor will be the same. But if he ends up doing massive SV2s, he'll probably be very good.
You get a lucky crit on one of those. It's gonna be good times.
I think a lot of these champs are gonna take testing, and we'll see people sharing gameplay with different role boosts and going, oh, if you use Venom with X boost, he's so good, kind of thing, and we'll figure it out as a community.
I think going back to again, like if they added champ swaps, that would also significantly reduce the stress of having champs locked, because if you need to be assigned somebody who's locked in a raid, then you could more easily get past the next boss, swap that champ out for somebody else, and then you're good.
Yeah. The only thing is that there can only be really one, can't there? Because I feel like if you're swapping after every boss, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
But one is like a get out of like this person really doesn't work with what I'm using. I really don't want to slog through a week of using this one champion. Because that just feels really bad. Like if this with Kushala had been over a week, that would have been a week of just like sighing when you need to go and do raids.
That would have been a lot more rough if it was over the course of 7 days doing that with Kushala, but doing it all now definitely wasn't as bad. Forgot to mention, I got the Titan Shard drop. I don't know if I said that, but I got 2,000 Titan Shards from my last chest. So
that is very good.
I made a college try on Ultron. It did not go well.
Well, we've each got about 10,000 units. Do you reckon we could get through it?
How much health did I do there? I did like 200k.
How much health does it have?
You don't want to be 145 million. You would need like 300 revives.
Yeah, 200k. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one.
Probably make it to the second special attack and die.
Yeah.
That would take us a week.
Yeah. When are raids coming live to the game? Starting next week, Monday. You can enlist, and they're completely optional. If your alliance doesn't want to do them, you can continue to do a normal week of AQ. It's perfectly fine. So.
And to add to that, I think even in your alliance, if you're disagreeing, you can put one BG as raids and the other two as AQ.
Correct.
Yep.
Dab's asking if there's two bosses on one path. There's three bosses. There's a Maestro, a Thanos, and a Kang. On each of the three paths, they're in a different order.
I feel like maybe they should be in the same order.
Yeah.
I kind of like that they're on different orders.
It adds a little variety, a little spice.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's a clear hardest path though, for sure.
With Maestro, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was on that path? Should we out them?
I think it was Cat's group, wasn't it? Yeah, Cat, Cam, and Campo.
Cam, and Campo.
Yeah, I think it'll take a while to get used to, but yeah, like even when we get like new bosses in AQ and stuff, people have them pretty much solved in a week. So if Elaine gets to Ultron before all unlinked, still fun to try and get something with the free revives. I mean, sure, but remember you'll probably need those free revives when you actually, like, when he becomes unlinked and you actually get a chance to take him down. So I don't really think it's worth it to go in.
I wouldn't be throwing revives at the linked Ultron because they're pretty valuable in this mode.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. I'm not seeing any more questions from my chat. And this will be on video on demand for anybody who is catching this later and or wants to watch it again. So.
Yep, same with mine. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. There's both of these guys are linked in the description and on the chat, so give them a sub if you haven't already.
Ditto. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for spending a couple hours on a Saturday with me.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
All right, later, guys.
Yep. Peace out, everybody.
All right, folks, that is going to do it. Just checking the chat one more time here. Why is Maestro so hard? He's difficult, so the difficulty of the bosses increases depending on which one you fight last. So this first lane here with Maestro is really difficult because the nodes like stack. So he has the toughest set of nodes, and he is definitely the most annoying of the three bosses. So, yes, Joey, to answer your question, yes. All right, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me on a Saturday. Thanks to Junebuggy, who was tonight's player 2 with a $20 very generous donation. Appreciate it. Make sure you are sub to Bitter and MSD. If you aren't already, can't imagine why you wouldn't be already. And I will catch you in probably sometime next week. And be good to each other. Peace.